Hey guys, it's 22M from Mouse here, and for question week, this is Wednesday's video. I'm planning to get another video in today, but this week, today, I know I said yesterday that I wasn't going to do any more rat videos, but I'm not quite ready with the rats yet, so look forward for those a little bit later. I'm going to do like at least one more mouse video today, so here it is. Today's subject is going to be keeping your rodents organized. You can do this many ways. As you can see on some of the tanks, I have tape, and I have like what's in them. Now, all the tape on here, it's all old information. I didn't update it for a while, but I pretty much have everything memorized. But if you're just starting out, it's a good idea to pretty much write everything down. And even if you're a pretty advanced breeder, sometimes it's a good idea, because if you have a ton of mice, sometimes they can get mixed up and you don't know what you're breeding. Like for me, since I'm breeding for like genes and I'm breeding for cool traits, I'm not really it's always good for me to write everything down so I know what's in it and I know what the males and females are I could expect from babies. So, but if you're just like breeding for reptile food, it's not really that big of a deal to write everything down, because it doesn't really matter what you get. Everything's just gonna get fed to a snake or whatever later. I know I'm telling some people that I do have some reptiles. I'll do some videos on them later. But I don't feed any of my rodents to them, so don't worry about that, guys. All my rodents here, they're all fancy mice, and I'm definitely not feeding any of them. So just don't worry about that. But as you can see, I have everything stacked up perfectly, so it's not a big clutter in my room. I know I have a very small room, and I definitely need all the room I can possibly get, especially since I play Xbox in here. But everything's stacked up everywhere. There's 2 tanks there, cage in the back, and 3 cages there. This is all the rat stuff, and that one there is just the hissing cockroach pen. But all these 3, the 6 here are the mice. Rat right there, and there is Big Fat Daddy. Pretty good name for a rat, I think. And then we got one more mouse tank right here, and then the rats with babies that they live in a 30-gallon tank. So it's always good to keep things organized so you know what's in them, and so you're not all cluttered around, because if you're cluttered around, you can't, you lose track of what one's clean, which one has water, which one has food. And it could cause like some death in rodents, because if you forget to feed one or something. So always keep everything you have organized. And the inside of the tank can be all messy. Well, not like messy, you're gonna have to clean it, but I mean, like, you can throw stuff in there from the hide and everything, like I said. But I mean, just keep everything so that you know what's in them and everything else. So with that being said, I suppose that's about everything for the keeping everything organized. But I can't stress this enough. Really, guys, you gotta keep it organized, because you don't really have to, but trust me, it's gonna help you guys out in the long run if everything's organized and you know what's in it. Because I have 4 tanks here that are breeding groups, and then I have my 2 wiener tanks. Some of them aren't even wieners, but they're just like big mice mixed in. But yeah, guys, I mean, you gotta keep everything organized, and you gotta know what's in them, because and you guys should write down like the days that like mice are born, so you know how old they are. You can know like when you can take them out of their cage and put them in a wiener bin or whatever you guys do. So just keep track. I know I just repeated myself like 5 times, but yeah, just keep everything organized. Now for today, I'm gonna answer some questions that people have been asking me. So right there is my list of questions that people have asked me. So I'm going to try to give you guys some info here. If only one mouse has babies, should I leave the other 2 mice in with her? So this guy obviously has a 1.3 setup, one male and 3 females. And if one mouse has babies, I have this happen to me all the time. One mouse gets pregnant, has babies, and then the other 2 don't. I recommend just keeping the other 2 in there because, well, they might be friends with the female. And I think it's a good idea to keep them in because the other 2 females, even though they're not pregnant, they might be pregnant, they might just not have babies yet, but they will most likely help take care of the babies that have been born. So, yes, keep the other 2 females in with her. You don't have to, but, you know, it's pretty much up to you. Because I always find that the other 2 mice in my tanks would help take care of the babies. So, can I still change their bedding while the mice are pregnant? And when do I stop changing their bedding? A very nice question there. In fact, even sometimes I break the rules on this. Technically, you're not supposed to change the bedding when there's babies in it. But you can still change the bedding when they're pregnant. You just be very gentle with the mice because if you shake them around a bunch, it could injure the babies inside of them. So just pick them up gently. I don't recommend holding them by their tail when they're full of babies. Just pick them up with your hands, set them somewhere when you clean their pen. But I don't recommend like cleaning their pen if they have like a nice nest made in it. Leave the nest be. So don't be like messing up their nest to clean the pen, but you can like clean around the nest. So so I can do an example here. If that right there is the nest, you're just gonna clean everything from here over. So all this stuff you can just scoop out and put fresh from here, but that's just the nest, so just leave it be. So yeah, you can still change their bedding, and the same thing if there's babies in there. You're not really supposed to change it when there's babies. So, but sometimes my tanks get really, really nasty. Like they spill water or something happens, and I have no choice but to clean it. Same thing, leave the nest and clean everything over. But when you do this, I would take the mom mouse out because she's gonna get all stressed out and everything getting moved around. But you just leave the babies in the nest, take the mom out. So, yeah. What should I feed them? All I have right now is mice pellets. Now, you can feed mice a variety of things. I know I've talked about it in a few of my videos. But for pregnant mice, a good idea for food is to throw in some vegetables. You can feed them celery, lettuce, and potatoes. And a really good snack for them would be a boiled egg. All you gotta do is shell it and throw in the egg. So, that gives them a lot of protein to help with their babies. So, I hope that helped you guys with that. And let me find another good question. Should I put anything extra in with their aspen bedding for them to use as a nest area? You can do this, and in fact, I have some. I found some. I think I said that I was out, but I just found some of this. Let me go find it, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Here it is. Okay, so let me just walk back. This right here is great for nest material. It's like cotton. I'm almost out, but you can buy bags of this. You can buy big bags of this. And all you gotta do, and even if they're not pregnant, if you just want to give them something nice to make a bed out of, this stuff works great. You just throw it in. I rip it up in really tiny pieces, so that because this is all just one big huge wad. I rip off a chunk and I rip that chunk in a bunch of little pieces. But that's about. This is like the best thing that you can get for a nest. You can throw in some cardboard, like a little toilet paper roll or something, and they'll tear that up, make a nest out of it, like these guys did. Like they tore that egg carton up to make a nest. You can even throw like a dirty sock, like not a dirty sock. I mean, like a sock that has no pair anymore, like one of your old socks that's no good. You can like cut that up and throw it in there, and they'll chew that up. I mean, pretty much the sky's the limit for making a nest. So, but this stuff works great. You can buy it at Petco, PetSmart. You can even get it offline. But, yeah, so that's what I use to throw in there for them to make a nest. So, let's do one more question. This is already a 10-minute video. I'll do one more question. If I wait a month and my females still aren't looking really big, should I go ahead and take the male out? What if the females don't get pregnant? Now this is a problem sometimes for me. I'll throw in the male and the females just won't get pregnant. Sometimes the male won't actually mate with the female. Sometimes you might have to get a new male, which I've never actually. Well, I have one male right now that won't breed. So it's very rare to get that to happen, but I would definitely leave the male in until there's definite signs that the mice are pregnant. Or if it's been like 2 months and the mice still aren't pregnant, I would get a new male. So like I kept the male in right now with 3 females, and the 3 females never got pregnant. So I just threw in a new male, and actually that's happening right now. So we'll see how that goes. And if the mice are pregnant, now there's a lot of debate whether to take the male out. Sometimes I do if I have any extra pens to put them in, and most time I just leave them in. The male, it really doesn't bother the mice very much. It may stress the female out a little bit, but I've never had any like really big issues with leaving the male in since I just basically started doing it. When I first started out, I thought I had to take the male out. And I sort of wanted to because I thought I'd get more babies, but it really doesn't make any difference. So, that's the last question I'm going to do today. I have a lot more questions. I got another paper. Well, I got like 2 questions on that paper. But, and I'm getting some more questions in. I hope that this video helped you guys out. And I will see you guys later. And remember, it's question week, so ask some questions about the mice, rats, cockroaches, reptiles, and tell me what you want to see in future videos. You want to see more mice? What do you want to see? I'll go outside. I'll do anything basically. Just ask questions. I'll answer them all, and if it's good, I'll put it on a video. So thanks, guys. I'll see you guys later.